I was heading home from my wife's job after having lunch on March 28th of 2007. I was struck by an automobile while I was riding my motorcycle. I immediately hired an attorney and felt that he had no enthusiasm. He just immediately threw numbers out at me, and I felt a big lack of confidence. Through word of mouth, through other bikers that I knew, they told me about Mitch Prona, and they remembered the phone number, 1-800-PRO-LAW-1. I called it. I met with his team. I felt very comfortable, very confident. I immediately hired him, and through the short time they prepared for trial. Mitch went through the trial process for approximately 2.5 weeks, and exceeded the amount that they initially had made offers throughout the time. I was extremely happy with it. And it was just the performance of seeing legal representation go to work for you is what impressed me actually the most. Trial was scary. Going through the trial was scary in an easy way to put it, because it unnerves you. It makes you feel like that you could possibly be, that you're possibly not a victim, that the person who hit you is more of a victim. You know, there came a point where I was feeling a little, I was feeling that there could be a little defeat. Mitch took me to the side. He says, I'm going to go at this like I'm on steroids. I'll never forget that statement. And it was like bringing a cannon into court at that point. And he just, everything was, it took the whole immediate reversal of the role of how I felt. The confidence was there, the level of professionalism, the level of what you should have in court represent you was there, 100%. And that's how, in a nutshell, I could sum it up in court. What I believe at the end, when the judge kept saying that the case is only worth maybe $100,000, it's nothing but an arthroscopic surgery. He can't understand why we couldn't take a settlement from the insurance company. Mitch was confident to let the jury make the decision. We went to the end. I had nothing but trust and confidence in the representation, and I feel it was a very victorious result at the end. I was very happy. It took maybe a year after to sink in, where I was actually driving home from work, and I said, something, I have to find the time to call him and thank him. And from a negative impact, I feel the positive impact of how everything was handled, it just changed my life. It was life-changing finally to a positive. Some of the positive changes that have come into my life are I was able to set college funds up for my 2 children. I finally got life insurance, and now we're looking at a new home. It was our plan all our life possibly to buy and rent homes. We're going to rent our home that we're in. We're looking at a new home on the North Shore of Long Island. We're debt-free. It's a beautiful feeling, and I know my kids are safe, and my wife's able to stay home with them and raise them, and that's more than I think a man could ever ask for. I almost wish that Mitch Prona would legally represent any case, right down to traffic, but he's not a garden variety attorney. I found that this is his specialty, and there's a reason for it, and that's why I feel like, to go to court with Mitch Prona, you're going to court with, possibly, to phrase it like the best military in the world is coming to bat for you. No stone unturned, just the level of professionalism amazed me, and you know, it's just that, you know, like I said, it took a year to sink in. It took a year for me to absorb everything, and finally put things back together to realize that, you know, that Mitch Prona did deserve a phone call, and that's how I went about it. And I just want to say thank you.